It looks like I'm butt naked. I'm gonna put on this tag, because if my mother watches this, she's gonna insult me. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's JayJay SweEtsZ. I'm gonna tell you a story about one time this random girl decided to do a shit in front of me. So imagine just a regular Saturday afternoon. I don't know if it's exactly a Saturday. Saturday is a day that you usually don't have nothing to do. So we're just gonna say it's a Saturday because it makes me look better. It's a random Saturday, yeah, and I was walking down my hill to go somewhere. I'm sure it wasn't nowhere important because I allowed myself to get distracted. Now at the bottom of my road, there's usually a bunch of yardie men that hang out at the bottom corner of my road, and I say hi to them every once in a while. Now one of them, I'm gonna change their names. One of them, yeah, let's say his name is P. I say hi to P all the time. Every time I walk past, I say hi to P. Sometimes I stop and I have a little conversation with him. Now on this particular day, he offered to buy me a drink because he realized that, you know, I didn't really have much to do. Now, P wasn't trying to buy me a drink because he was trying to move to me. P was just buying me a drink because man likes to spend his money and live life happy. So today, P was like, come and buy a drink, man. Come and buy a drink, man. So I follow him. It was me, him, and it was another one of his. He had a white guy there with him. I don't know his name. He's actually irrelevant to the story. So it was me and his. Yeah, we went to the Colombo restaurant and we were all sitting down next to the windows, and P had bought us all shots, yeah, so we're all shotting, drinking, having a good time. Now we're sitting right next to the window, so whoever's walking by, we can see them. Now P's like the residential yardie man. He says hi to everyone, you know what I mean? I'm sure everybody's got one of them yardie men. Is like, every time you walk past, man, he's smoking a spliff and he's like, what go on, brethren? And you're like, but they're still. He's one of them ones, so he knows everyone, innit? So one girl's walking by us, he knows the girl, and he runs outside and he brings her inside. I'm sure this was his woman, yeah? So she comes in, she's just already giving me the look like, what's going on here? So she sits down, she's having drinks with us as well, and then boom, he sees someone else out the window that he knows, and he runs outside and brings her in as well. Now we're sitting down together. It's me, P, his white friend, his gal, and this other random girl, yeah? So we're all sitting down and we're all shotting, we're drinking, we're having a good old time. You would have never known that we all just met each other that day. Boom! 5 minutes pass, he sees someone else out the window. Now this is the gal that we're talking about. He runs outside, brings in, we're gonna call her Foxy. Runs outside, brings Foxy in, and Foxy sit down. Now, whew, Foxy is beautiful, yeah? Foxy is just one nice succulent corner piece of a Haagen-Dazs chocolate. Dark skinned woman, small waist, big nyash, teeny mini afro, small afro, and she had the tightest leggings on. Yeah, I'm a pervert, so I was looking at her, and she saw me looking at her, and I saw her looking at me. But yeah, no, I clocked her, innit? Like, she was the sexiest one at the table. She sits down at the table, we're shotting, and now at this point, all the girls had kind of segregated themselves from the guys. We're all just talking, just talking about life in general, this, that and the other, whatever. And after like, I think 15 minutes, we've all turned around and all of the guys are gone. Me and the other girls were all getting to know each other, and all of a sudden Foxy starts saying shit like,
I don't think I should even be drinking, you know.
And we're all like, why? She's like,
I think I might be pregnant.
I think I might be pregnant.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
Now, I don't know whether it's because of the alcohol intake, but she was sharing a lot. She must have traveled to Spain and she got left in Spain, so she was an illegal immigrant in Spain for mad long, and she was just coming back. She was suffering from depression. She had a boyfriend that hits her and this and that, and now she's pregnant. And obviously we're all just looking at her like, you've been knocking down these drinks. Like, you ain't growing a whole other human. So she's like,
well, I just think I'm pregnant, so it can't be that big of a deal.
Obviously, I don't give a shit about her. I don't know. I just met her that day, and all I know is that she's a bum ting. That's it. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. Okay. Everybody else is sharing, don't get me wrong, but no one's sharing as much as Foxy. We finished drinking, we get up because P's disappeared, and none of us is paying for no drinks because that's not how we planned out our day. So we come out the bar, restaurant thing, wherever we was at. So we decide to go and look for these guys. So we walk up the road a little bit, and we bump into P and his other brethrens. Now, on the way there, Foxy was complaining a lot about her belly, saying, oh, she doesn't know if it's a miscarriage. I think she thinks she's having a miscarriage. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm looking at Thingy's woman, and she's looking at me. I'm looking at the woman. She's looking at me, and I'm looking at her like. So throughout the whole time, she's going on like her belly is bubbling, her belly is hurting. Not even bubbling, she's going on like say she's having a miscarriage. We finally catch up to the guys now, and all of a sudden her whole demeanor changed. She wasn't in pain no more. She forgot that she was having a miscarriage. She forgot that she was depressed. She forgot all of the nonsense that she was talking about divorce. She forgot that she was so drunk. She forgot. Remember, we're all knocking back the same amount of drinks, and I don't feel no type of wave. P's woman don't feel no type of wave. It's her that's moving a bit reckless. So when we catch up to them, she's forgotten that all of this is happening to her because man them are there. You get me? And all these man them, they were drinking alcohol. A bit of ram, bit of coke, bit of Jack Daniels, bit of this, bit of that, and they all had cups. So I knew 3 of the guys there, so we're just there chilling, talking, smoking. I don't smoke weed, but they do. So they were smoking their things. I was smoking my roll up, trying to be part of the crew. I'm sipping a little bit as well because, like I said, P's just won his little thing at the bookie, so he just take a little drink, take a little drink, take a little drink. Now, Foxy is not taking the drink that's being offered to her. Foxy's going around sipping from all the other niggas, you know, their cups, trying to flirt. You know what I mean? Because she, don't get me wrong, she got the body. She got the body, but sometimes you gotta watch the way you're moving because body's not everything. Once they see your attitude, it's a bit of a mess. It's a bit of a mess. So now she's sipping from everybody else's cup. She's sipping from everybody else's cup. And then all of a sudden I see her walk to my corner, came and sat next to me. And I was like, what's wrong? She was like,
my belly's hurting, you know. I think I gotta go home. My belly's hurting. OJ. So
I asked her, where do you live? Fuck it. If you don't live far, I can walk you home. She said she lives 3 minutes down the road. So I was like, yes, I'm gonna do my good deed as a friend. And I'm gonna walk her down the road. So we have literally walked 5 seconds. Now we are on the strip. Now on this strip there are shops, Madonna, restaurants, this, that, the other, Concord, the other, everything's there. They all have toilets. They all have toilets. This girl looks over at me and I look over at her and she's like,
I think I need to go toilet.
I'm like, okay, let's go to the shop then, innit? We can go to the shop. She's like,
nah, I need to go toilet right now.
There's a Chinese shop right there. It's a full-on restaurant. There's a toilet there. You can hold your fucking yash until we get to the toilet. She said,
no, I need to poop right now.
It is broad daylight. This girl didn't just bust the corner and go inside where she can be hidden. She bust the corner and squatted. She squatted right there, and I remember watching all of this because I was completely gobsmacked. My eyes was on all of this. I didn't look away once. Yes, I said it. I didn't look away once. This girl pulled down her leggings, her multicolored leggings, yeah, and she squatted down that derriere of hers. And I remember this because I remember that there was a weed growing out of the concrete, and it was just there tickling her nyash. The weed was there tickling her nyash, and I was shocked because I fully thought that she was just gonna do a pee at that time. I thought it was just gonna be a pee, but I was shocked because it was right there. It's broad daylight, people are walking up and down, yeah. start seeing shit is just coming out of her butt like it was ice cream.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
The shit drowned that poor weed. She starts to pull up her leggings, yeah? And I'm just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, what? I'm like, you can't pull up, wipe your nyash. Wipe your fucking nyash.
Nah, well, there's nothing to wipe my ass with here.
And I'm just looking at her. And I have a bag full of 2 Desperados. And I took the Desperados out of the bag and put them in my backpack, and I gave her the plastic bag to use to wipe her ass, because if I didn't give her this plastic bag, this girl would have really been walking down the road with doo-doo in her butt crease. Just doo-doo flakes just flapping around in her ass. It's a plastic bag, I get it, you can't really do much of it, but it's better than just pulling it up. So I gave it to her, she uses it, and the audacity, the unmitigated gall of this human being. When she finished wiping her fucking ass, she tried to hand it back to me. She tried to hand the plastic bag back to me. I just looked at her. I looked at the bag in her hand and I said, what are you doing? What's wrong with you? She's like,
oh, sorry, my bad. My head's still in the clouds.
She chucks it on the floor and I walk her home. Now, I'm vexed because her yard was actually 10 minutes down the road, not 3 minutes down the road. Now, when I finished walking her home, I walked back to the group of motherfuckers that was there. So this is P, his niggas, his niggas, his niggas, his niggas, his niggas, his niggas, and his woman. First thing I do is that I pull the woman to the side. And I tell her everything that happened. Everything. I told her everything, fam. We was busting up. We was busting up. Anyway, thank you guys for making it to the end of the video. If you did, kudos to you. If you didn't, fuck you, because you can't see it anyway. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, guys, if you want to see more of me. And I will catch you in my next video. Peace. Why do I do this in my video? I'm just gonna...
What's up, girl?